What a day. Alright. So let's see what their current setups will be. Go Buck. So Buck, pretty much
attackers need to locate and defuse
one of the
as many
best
bombs as they can.
operators to complete for a map. Like Chalet.
Attackers have discovered the location of the bomb.
The Valkyrie on the defense always gonna be her, that's for sure. The smoke on the Lion, gonna set him on the objective. Now there's other spots, other types of setups that you're gonna see.
10 seconds left before
There's a reason why at times you're gonna see a Valkyrie, a Pulse, and
5 seconds to
a Doc at the same time. All three combined to give information, more information, healing, and heavy DPS. So there's definitely a lot that a setup like that would offer. Now in here, not much when it comes to that. Now, something I'm not a big fan of at all is the fact that we have a Blackbeard pick. Not really my favorite pick, especially in the current meta. I know a lot of pros will tell you, some teams might be able to run with a Blackbeard, but most people just won't pick it because it's just not as good. And if this is the crutch pick that ESG maybe are looking for, not going to happen. Again, ESG played in the first part of the qualifier to make it when Blackbeard was not what it is today. Very much a different beast completely. Let's see what the BB has to offer here. Again, the Ash moving around. Usually you see the M4 being used instead of the G36. Oh my god, Panati! Whoop! Alright, that was sick. Gets the spray. And now might just be able to push in. The Valkyrie and the Bandit have been taken out, and that will only leave the smoke right on the objective, who's looking towards the backside by the stairs. The Jaeger holding on by the front side staircase. It is Trid on the objective. The problem is the Pulse here is, in terms of abilities, useless. His entire job is to provide information, but here he has nobody to relate to. No more flankers to play around with. That'll only leave the smoke left alone. That's Lion on the objective, holding off from the trophy room. And there we go. Shootex with the headshot on the Lion. Well met. Well met, Reno. Alright. Round one will go to EURONICS. Frankly, I like the Ash play. Between the Capitao and the Ash, you have the exact amount of damage to gain those skills. I still don't see why you would go for a Blackbeard, and this is what would be a replacement, a very feasible replacement. Yes, in 2017, Fuse, in competitive play, is a good pick. Now, I might be asking why. Well, we're going to go through that. The cluster charge before used to only do damage within the 2.5 meter radius, and it would kill somebody in that radius, but do no damage around. Now, however, the Fuse cluster charge will do damage over range as well, which makes it a lot more interesting to use, even though technically it is a cluster charge. It is something that will go in one direction if possible. So, on the defense, a standard Bandit plus a Jaeger. Of course, active defense, no reason to talk about that. Can be countered by the Thatcher that we see on the other side. The Valkyrie as well. Just run circles around. Of course, the smoke that's going to be staying on the objective, as well as the Doc. And the Doc Val pick is very, very good. Indeed, of course, the Doc can revive himself, so that's why you see him on the objective most of the time. Because if he gets down, they can immediately turn around and clear it. Nice information being sent along as Goga goes in for the kill, but it's going to get shut down by Shudex. And nicely done by our Jaeger. Staying on the objective, however, it's Drid waiting for him. He's got the PKM in his hands. Now it's just going to drop down. Definitely has a Capitao to play around with him, waiting right on the entranceway. As you can see the disposition between the different players here on the team, leaving the bandit on the objective, but the rest of them are basically trying to play and win the top fights before they drop down. In the meantime, it's the Thatcher Wesker able to gain the kill, and Drid now moving right above the objective here into the great room, the salon.
Bomb located by attack.
Damage down to 80%. Sounds like double. Alright, we'll fix that. I know. Alright, now it's fixed. Now, the dock sitting right below on the objective, leaving the bandit as well on the other side. This is very different to what we see in Brazilian teams, where teams would generally stack right below here in the wine cellar instead of going up. Nice number of Penati, able to get 1 kill on a lion, but it leaves 3 on the other side. Barros and Drid trying to move in, but Penati with the outside. Has not been able to use that cluster charge just yet. He's going to try to go for the planter here. Barros saving right behind. And that'll be it for the round. Let's have a tie-up.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Alright. So let's see what the defense has to offer.
Ready the last hit.
Our bandit, our Val, smoke. There's the Jaeger and the Pulse. Pretty much always going to see that. Some of the operators will see them sometimes being used
10 seconds remaining.
one side or the other. Maybe some
5
teams are more
seconds left
comfortable with
before
having a
insertion.
dock. Here, gBots very comfortable with having a Pulse. But will the
Attackers
Pulse stay
recovered the
out?
bomb
Because
diffuser.
we
Attackers must
need
locate and defuse the bomb.
a player to just relay info instead of trying to get aggressive with your Pulse. So again, the Buck pick ESG sticking on the Blackbeard here with the SR-25.
Drone activated.
Loading new mag.
Nice Kobe coming in here from the Hibana Snuppen. Top in the master bedroom through the hallway here, trying to pick players off. Maybe just getting a bit extra information for his teammates who are trying to move in. Nadi in the meantime, again with his sprays, just unbelievable. Knows exactly where enemies are standing and waiting behind. Just, this is all because of the amount of times that they have played, basically. The amount of hours that you put into Rainbow Six. You learn where enemy players will be sitting. And at that point, all you have to do is just shoot there every time. It's a pre-fire and it's a free kill, whatever possible. Nice done by Penati, able to get the kill on Agoga. And it's Drid with the refrag, though the Val and the Bandit are down. And this means you won't get that MP7 to play around with, which apparently a lot of teams do like to run because it is such a good weapon. Get everybody, they should just rename this to ACOG 6 Siege at some point.
Loading mag.
Capitao right above. Gonna go for his own scout. Drid going along the lower side. Let's go for a bit of an overview here to see where the players are. You see Shurex on the top side, as well as Secretly and Snukin. Baros right below them, staying on the objective, as well as Lion. And there's a reason, of course, you want the smoke to be on the objective. You want to delay them. You want to buy as much time as possible. But the Capitao has now moved in. Let's see what the captain has to show. Shurex is moving in, and he's trying to find... This is why an ACOG would have been a better pick, even on the Para 308. With his higher recoil, trying to play the 1v1, will get shot down by Baros. However, Baros is so low health, like... How is it not a headshot? I'm pretty sure there's some saltiness going in on the other side. The Drid able to gain the kill. Again, that cardiac sensor is incredibly important when you know you have the top advantage or any sort of positional advantage against your enemies. And you can just use that to delay, drops in, gets shot down. The Blackbeard is trying to peek in with the Deagle. And he needs to get that bomb down. Or the diffuser down on the bomb. Can't get it because the smoke comes in from behind and gets the kill. Nice done by gBots. And if you saw that smoke that came in, that just completely shut down the push from ESG, from EURONICS. And that was just an easy cleanup for one player. The pulse loss there shouldn't have happened, but it's not a problem as the smoke comes in from behind and gets the kill. gBots are just playing out of their mind. But here we go. A Dog Pulse Val combo. This is what we're talking about. Hopefully we get to see the actual strength of it. Remember, in map 1 on Oregon, it was won 5-0 by gBots, by the Spanish side. Unfortunately, it was a bit of an easier game for the Spanish crew, but here it seems that there are times ESG can shut them down. Now, before we saw it, how as soon as ESG lost their Valkyrie, there was a problem, and they were always giving away that early kill to the Ash. Goga just
5 seconds to insertion.
Fantastic. I was able to pin those headshots early on in the game.
Attackers cover the bomb. Attackers' objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Marine, hello. Marine gets triggered whenever he doesn't see German or English in the chat. So can we all spam yeah or KKKKK just for Marine? That's great. Anywho's hopping in now. Thatcher is on the top side. I already hear the I love saying Caveira just because how, I don't know, Caveira is one hell of an operator, that's for sure. But the Hibana with the X-Kairos already using one of them. And of course the fuse with his PK. Now, can definitely be using the AK-12, but there's a reason why at times you're going to see a fuse with a 6P41, so your PKM. It is because you just don't have to reload. It does the damage, it does everything it does, and with the proper attachments, you can definitely counter the higher recoil. Especially in Rainbow Six, where micro-destruction and spraying through walls, etc., is such a huge part of how the game functions, and just the game in general. That's how it is. It is a tactical shooter based around micro-destruction. Oh, this might just hit here with a cluster charge. Just moved at the last second hour. Oh, there we go, Drid, nicely done. Shurek's gonna get shot down. Wesker with his own kill. Goga trying to fight up against the Doc on the other side. Secretly, he's able to get the kill and pull back. He still has his teammate, the Pulse, to help. But this is how they were able to push. They gained the information from the Pulse and then just kept firing again. Snukin on the objective, trying to snap maybe above. Maybe there's somebody trying to move around from the top side, drop down onto him. Panari getting the kill onto Prados. Leaves it into a 3v3, and we're on 38 seconds. There is no smoke here to try and delay things. You see the attacking side is mostly up top. Panari right behind this wall, and if they knew... Need a bit of a better angle here. Panari already setting down an extra battery to try and confuse his teammates or his enemies. He's trying to move in. Snookin nicely done on a Wesker, taking him down, but Goga will reflag on it secretly. They need to push right here, right now. But the angle is perfect for Panari as he gets the final spray. Lion falls to the ground. Well met. 2-2. And the Blackbeard pick. Alright, let me just lower the in-game volume. Saw that there's a bit of an issue. No. Reminds me of Battlefield 3. Okay, at least it saved it. Should have already heard that. Alright. So, let's sit back, chill, and see how the game continues here. As the defense has taken its picks. Nothing too special here. So far, we're seeing a bandit, which is pretty much what you're always going to see. The Valkyrie, the smoke, and of course, your Jaeger. The pulse going in. And, you know, last time we saw the Doc and the Pulse getting aggro. This time we might be just seeing the Val to help out. Black Eye's going to be set inside of the trees just to figure out how the enemy team is trying to split before getting on the objectives, or just basically getting into their final form before they push in onto the inside of our little chalet here. The Shurex on the Capital. Moving in to get some info. What I would like to see or to hear are why Renu is actually getting this, just using this sort of loadout. It's a Blackbeard. It's not something you're going to see a lot. Maybe, you know, he paid quite a bit of money to have this.
Clearing the way.
So it's like, you know what? At least I want to use this. Would make sense at that point. Buck trying to move down. Usually you see the Buck holding from the top side or right above a position such as this one. There we go. Blocked by the barrels is our APS here. Set down by Ziega.
Activating drone. Sensor deployed. Reloading. Contact. Basement.
Well done. Secretly getting kill number 1. That'll open things up at least. And he gets kill number 2.
Reload.
Will he see the third one moving right up top onto him? Nothing just yet. He has one right behind this wall. His teammate waiting around to try and push onto the objective. And here we go. We're going to see an extra grenade being popped down. APS is going to... No, actually, no. It's going to be missed by the APS. We hop into Ash POV. Not much happening up top. The smoke's still on the objective, and this is an even better spot to be if you are a smoke. He does not have any more gas grenades to use, and that's basically was forced by the attacking team. No more nades to play around with. He is only alive along with his teammate, the Jaeger. Not looking too good for gBots in this one. Can't turn around. Remember, this gun is super tense. Gets 2 kills. Panari waiting around for him. And he's going to get the shot on a Lion. As good as the Mac is, it's not enough to take down 3 people in a row. What we need, Ubisoft, are basically something like... Can we get like a 40-round magazine for the Mac? You know, just an upgrade. Have it cost 20K. You know, as much as a new operator. But, you know, it would be just worth it. You could like
Attackers
actually
need to
make
locate
tons of
and
cash
defuse
off
as
that.
many
To
bombs as they can.
be honest. By the way, if you want to check out the bracket, all you have to do is type in !bracket in the chat. There only are 4 teams after this game, which so far looks fairly even. The first map, Oregon, was very much in the hands of our Spanish team. But here, looking like EURONICS are having quite a bit of an easier time, even though it's pretty darn tight at 3-2. Going for a standard pick with the Doc here, instead of having the Pulse like we saw before, to aid up with the Val, as well as to smoke the Bandit and the Jaeger.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
On the other side, we're finally going to see a Fuse yet again. Fuse is, well, I don't want to say is like, but you know, he's technically Tachanka's offensive cousin. Very nice to see Fuse. He seems to be a very secretive person. Yeah, the Jägermeister. That's what he is. Exactly. Gray Fox. So, Wesker chopping in the EMP nade. Gonna try to disable anything that's set up right behind. But no, nothing was set up just yet. Gonna see the shock wires redeployed. Again, the Bandit most recently got a buff to have 4 shock wires instead of only having 3. Again, you see the Jaeger APS right in front of the motorbike, or the skidoo. That's what they call it. That's how they call it in French, that's for sure. So, the Doc right above here spotting will be able to give his teammate, the Valkyrie Renu, just enough info that he needs to push, and he takes down the Capitao. Now, until this point, I have not seen a Capitao being used for his abilities just yet, and just that is down to the fact that there is no setup time to get on the objective, because most teams, this is an EU meta thing, where teams will just try to run around and gain those entry frags before they push on the objective. In other regions, you don't see that at all. You're going to see teams just playing super passive and then maybe getting 1 frag, but the entire play will happen very quickly on the objective itself. So, with the Jaeger up top, well done. Suppressor being picked is very important. This is not a, you know, you might think the maps or the actual chalet itself is very small, but it can be fairly large with the amount of levels that you have, very vertical, and this makes it so the Jaeger can just re-maneuver and put himself at an even better position every time, which makes enemies just have no clue where he is. He gets 2 kills for his team. That was the Fuse and the Ash, and they're only left here, the boys from Hispana, with a Thatcher here for Wesker. And of course, the Hibana gets headshot through the wall. The great SMG-11, and Shudex will gain the final kill. Again, Shudex MVP of the round for sure. 3 kills on the board for him, just abusing that at a 416 with the suppressor. So far, 9-2 for Panari. 6-4 for Shudex, not too shabby. 5-4 for Barros. Wesker on 2-6. 2-6 for Goga. It's not looking too hot for our Spanish team as we are on map point.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Shield is up.
Reinforcing the wall.
All right. gBots on the defense. They have to make this one here. They have to make it count. Thing is, the objectives are on the ground floor here. A kitchen and trophy room spawn. Colors so powerful. That's, I don't know. Like, I think, does everybody play on 0%
5 seconds left.
color saturation? I'm like the only one that plays at 85.
Attackers
I don't know. I'd like to see colors.
moving out to locate a bomb.
Maybe it's just me.
Device placed.
Everything just feels so gray when it's at 0%. Thank God for NVIDIA GPUs, then. You can do it on any other type, even for AMD. It's no problem. But still. Anyways. See the Pulse holding off here, trying to gain some info with his sensor. And he will very much find Panari try to move up. And it's very important for gBots to get an early kill. Problem is, every time we've seen this, it's been ESG EURONICS that have been able to gain a kill and then snowball after it. We saw first one on the Capitao and then 3 afterwards immediately. Valkyrie is going to get shot down by Secretly. That's much, much better. But Wesker will be able to refrag. Wesker going big yet again. Is Shudex trying to go in first up the Pulse. He's going to miss with his Capitao bolt. And remaneuvering, it's Drit to gain the kill. And eliminate Shudex from the play here, leaving the Ash in a 1v1 fight here. Gonna go for Drit, take him out. Now this Ash is very close.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
Setting ourselves right above our objectives here. Again, you can use these to open up the top sides of the building. This is where you would love to have a buck, basically, and just to open up the floorboards. Unfortunately, no buck to play around with here. Now we see the Blackbeard very carefully treading his way in. Can definitely stun nade inside of the bathroom. I feel grenades are very much underused, even though pretty much everybody has them. Hold that music. And it is a DMR, so you can't just open fire, go all out with the SCAR. Still have that reduced ADS time, as well as a rifle shield that takes quite a bit less damage and punishment than before. Oh, taking a bit of damage, Panari. I'm going to try to move in on to the objective here, but already the defense waiting for them have abandoned the smoke. Here we go. Smoke is going to get used, and this is what you want to do. You want to have the enemy team pushing in. Nicely done by Lion as he sets in the smoke, and Barros just sprays on through to gain the kill. This is what you want. When you put the smoke down, it's basically you delaying the enemy team, and since there was not really any other flanking route for ESG to pass through, they had to get aggressive and get on the objective. Problem is, you have the smoke. It lasts 20 seconds. You can just chuck it in there, play for time, which is impossible at this point because there's 23 seconds remaining. So, EURONICS have to run through the smoke. They take damage, they can't see, and there you go. They just end up going down like flies. And that's why a very passive smoke is the real only reason to use him. The smoke that tries to get too aggressive is not a good smoke, at least in my opinion.
Activating camera. Device set up. Barbed wire installed.
I got barbed wire and the such all will be set up.
Camera feed up and running.
Nice 10-3 for Panari.
10 seconds to
It was
insertion.
92. Gains a kill, loses out.
5 seconds left before insertion.
This is a nice setup here from the dock. I see maybe a Hibana wants to push through here. Then the dock can already shoot through that. They're actually going to reinforce the kitchen. Now, there are times in, like, we've seen this once or twice in EU, but happens as well in, maybe Pedux would like to do this in EU. But in teams in Brazil, for example, you're also going to see a Glass sometimes being picked on here, and will go and try to get a shot from the outside looking down into kitchen. So from there, you can spam, you can open up the windows, you leave the defenders, especially if an enemy team wants to play a defensive smoke or likes to play a defensive smoke with, you know, maybe a Rook or a Dock, which is not the case here, obviously. For the Rook example, you can just shut them down or push them back into a spot where they will really be uncomfortable Hibana using her Cairo shots. I like to see colors. Alright. There we go. This is what we're waiting for. The Pulse just wants Wesker to stand in one spot for just 1 extra second. And then he's going to pull out his UMP and open fire. I was going to say that, but then he jinced me. We could have gotten the kill. Let's go. Come on. He's escaped.
Deploying sensor. Drones ready.
Yep. Alright.
A bomb has been located.
Heartbeat sensor deployed.
Cluster charge activated.
There we go. Baros able to get the double. Run around gBots looking secure. They take down the Jaeger and the Val. With that peek here with the Capitao. I want to see how this pans out. Secretly kill one on a Goga, and that is the Ash removed from play. But still the Pulse is alive. Again, a Pulse all on his own is not that good. You always want to have somebody to help out with the kill, and that's why you're going to see the Doc to help here. However, not sure if Did knows what's going on. A bit too much of pre-fire here. Snookin has alerted his enemy here, the Fuse, in this position. And Drid will be able to fall back, waiting around for reinforcements. Baro's in the meantime going ham, pushing in. It's Drid with the PKM. Panati with 1 kill, but he is all on his own. MP7 in his hand, 10 seconds remaining. Goes in for the double. Can he get 3? No, he cannot. And Baroz will take him out and set it in overtime in a 4v4. That was pretty close. If he had like 10 more bullets in his mag, you would have seen a fantastic 3K, but it'll be an equalizer, 4-4 to go in overtime. The winner of this overtime will make it. But remember, ESG are down 1-0. gBots winning a 5-0 map 1 on Oregon. Shields are going to be set up. And they're going to just reinforce the wine cellar. Just stay around there as much as possible. Going to see the smoke help out with the setups. Taking down a few bits of wall. Barbed wire being used here. Not the impact nades. Don't really need them on the lower side. Basically just reinforce everything. Wire things up. Put your planks whenever possible.
Device placed.
But will this be a good place for Gogat to get a one-shot tap through some sort of odd wall? Not yet. So let's look at the general consensus in here. Snookin on the objective. Wesker and Lion going to move her around. I'm just going to leave Wesker around the outside here. The Hibana shots have been put on the wall but have not been used yet. So you can definitely use that later on or as a delay, basically. You want to time things correctly. And actually, kind of want to see what they're thinking about here because they still haven't used the Cairo shot. So the Hibana, in the meantime, is going all around the other side of the map. Wesker getting kill on ESG. Shurex not looking too good here. Trying to spot out each side here.
Deploying drone.
Move in the side of the chalet. The Dread getting more than enough info on what's going on.
A bomb has been located.
Down below, Snookin is spotted as well and just looking towards that A site. There we go. Nast nade is going to be used as we speak, as the Val is set up on the van side here in the garage. He's getting shot from the top side. I'm not too sure if this is the perfect time here to try and re-peek. Definitely see him in a better position before the Ash shot can be used. A bit of a spray here. Reynolds able to get the kill. He sprays, gets kill number 2. And that's Goga eliminated somehow. The Fuse and the Ash have been taken out. And the only loss is the Jaeger at the end of this one. Panati going in for another shot, secretly for one of his own. And we can't even keep up with what's going on in this one. The Hibana that just took her time to go all around the other side of the map. Fortunately, will be heard here. Just listening out for audio cues. And this is it. They know what's going on here. Kill number 1. Going in. Snow can tap to the face. Lion, if he can make this.
10 seconds to go.
Tries to fake. Secretly, 1 going down. Oh my god. Put it down. Put it down! He won't peek! Oh no!
Operators, you are out of time.
Oh my god, Lion. Oh, dude. Could have definitely gone for that one. If he had an extra second, that would have been an easy kill. But, no. Too bad. So, that'll be a round for ESG. Almost taking it back there. That was fantastic play, but Lion just not enough roar to get into it.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Alright, now gBots on the defense. Gotta be opting for a pulse. Plus Val, plus smoke. Instead of having a dock like we saw on the ESG side. Again, it's just preferences. It's how the team functions. It's not like matchmaking. You won't just see people randomly going off pick at least 90% of the time. Teams play their player's strength, of course, within the meta. Sometimes out of it, as you see ESG going in for their Blackbeard pick.
Activating camera.
But Siskat was talking about this a few days ago, and we're, kind of trying to figure out how things function within Rainbow Six. It's like, some teams just don't want to play other stuff. They just function well around a dock. Sometimes you see a player playing a rook, and it just doesn't switch off. And there's only once maybe within a game where you will see him switch, but for different reasons. Maybe it's just to put up. There we go. Maybe it's just to put off the enemy team, to play around a certain pick that they're going to take within this for more of a flex player that they have on the team, etc. So many ways to try and analyze things, but it comes down to player mentality in general. Though, kill to kill. In the meantime, as Secretly and Panati able to get 1 kill of their own. It's a Bandit and the Pulse taken down, but Goga will refrag. The Capitao has been taken out of play. And they need to win this here. gBots, if they want to make it a 2-0 total, they have to take it. ESG looking good, but fairly shaky after that first round, which is, one that turned from a big advantage for gBots, then a huge advantage to ESG, then almost just completely being flipped around for the gBots side before basically being done a second or two a bit too early to see a gBots victory. So 3v3 currently. Teams are trying to reposition, and this is why you're going to see a Buck. He's going to try to open up from top, maybe able to spot a kill. He's definitely been able to gain a kill on a Baros here. There we go. Gets the headshot and secretly puts them up in here. Well, not too secret, because it shows on the board. So it leaves the Val and the smoke alive. And go first. Dastiny is going to be used. Goga, in the meantime, trying to delay the enemies as well. Very important to try to drop this down to at least the last 30 seconds before you see the enemies pushing in. The Blackbeard tries to go, but he taps instantly on the Lion, and he takes him down with the SR-25. Should have probably tossed the smoke grenade instead of going for that peek, but always hindsight is 2020.
Attackers are activating the bomb diffuser.
Now we'll see how this pans out. Falcon definitely move in from round top, but he's going to get detected. Nitro Cell going to be chucked in, but there's not much that Goga can do. They can hear him very well. And he basically wants to use the Nitro Cell blowing up as cover for his movement in. Takes so much damage in here, but already two taking shots. And will take him out, and that'll be it. ESG tying it up 1-1. As we get ready for our final map in this series. I love that Capitao skin. The Blackbeard one is ridiculous, though. Alright, well done. Well, man. So we will host this one back again. Hopefully things are running correctly. And just a bit of a reminder for those of you that have forgotten, including myself at some point, map 3 will be Consulate. Consulate is a fantastic map. I do think that, I mean, in my mind, Bank is one of my favorite maps to watch games on. Maybe not to play on, just because it's so complex in terms of the amount of places that you can go to and flank around. But a map like I don't know why. Quit the game to try and rehost because the third map wasn't set in just yet. Alright. Yeah, there we go. It still does that. Nicely done. Nicely done, Panati. Well played. So Panati starts the game before... Why would Panati start the game? God damn it. Alright. We're gonna go in for the last one. Blackbeard. Everybody, I know, I have that same feeling with Blackbeard. Anyhow, let me invite them back in. Alright, as the players hop in here, let's just edit things out. First need to change this out here. go. It's a 1-1 tie. No, but I'll switch to the other side. Come on. There we go. Waiting for the last player to come in from ESG, and then we'll be ready to go in. Again, real sorry for the audio issues early on. Let's go. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's hop in to our final map. New mic, so sexy, thank you. I hoped you would be talking to me about that. No cam when playing. No, not when it's a cast. You can check out the sexy cam later on.
From being defused by attackers.
All right. There we go. So far we are tied 1-1. Go into map number 3. Low poltergeist. I don't know why I'm mucking up the words even.
5 seconds to go. Attackers recovered the
There we
bomb
go.
diffuser. Attackers must locate
It's a bit of a
and defuse the
problematic
bomb.
position, because he did try to peek out as the enemies are spawning in, but they're going to stay in base just for now. Just going to try and get some extra info with their scout out. Wesker, though, getting aggressive, and he takes down Panati on the Hibana. That is a huge pick. Remember, these objectives are not down in the cellar or in the garage or not in an entrance or front door. They're all the way up top within the Consulate chambers themselves. Usually you see teams moving up all the way onto the roof side, which is exactly what we're going to see here. As ESG are setting up to maybe try to push in, but losing the Hibana puts a bit of a dent in their strat. Of course, you have to shoot so much more. Try and open up those walls. Instead of using a Hibana to directly shoot the main walls, main reinforced walls that you would like to go through. There we go. Flame's gonna be set in, but oh, super low HP. You see him scouring, running away with his Jaeger. One flash gonna be going in here. And it's rounds. Oh, unable to spot out the drone that came in. Thrown by the Blackbeard inside. It's a pretty good throw, to be honest. It's not easy at all to get a throw just like that. So, waiting for maybe a player that's sitting back and right up behind these. Oh, there we go. Trying to find maybe a player through the couch. Not gonna see anyone just yet. This is gonna be one though. Waiting around right by the second couch in the bag. It's gonna be Barros again, but here we go. Quick peek from Goga as he goes in from below, gets the kill. Snoolin though, or Snookin, excuse me, will be able to save him to get a refract shoot-X as well for himself. They tie it up to a 3v3, but remember that Jaeger here, Barros, is super low HP. Really does not want to peek versus secretly right below him. Capital Bolt being shot in. A bit of a spray down from secretly as he takes down Barros. Wanted to over peek. Not the best position to be in, as when you're that low HP, you just should not be in such an open position.
15 seconds to go.
Not much time remaining. The attacking side has to get in. Here we're going to see some more smokes being set in, but no kills from both Shootex and secretly win out the round for the attacking team. ESG. Oh my god, how do you shoot a man in the hands? Go the buck being picked. I love a buck pick on this because you can just get up higher than your enemies and just shoot up the walls.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Here we go. The pick bomb spots are going to be on A and B. So an EU tactic, which is what everybody will consider as normal, is to gain control of second floor, then or first floor, ground floor, open up ground floor using the buck, and then push down with maybe one player or two from the front entrance from the side stairs. Makes sense. Brazilian teams like a more one-on-one approach, as they will just rush in. This is a good spot to play with a mute.
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
Signal instructors put up correctly will pretty much nullify any info that the enemy team wants to gather.
Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
Of course, the shields are not always used to shield. Sometimes they're just used as line of sight blockers. And again, for anybody that's asking, because I saw the question in chat, this is a broadcast including a Spanish team, which means that Spanish people can't speak Spanish in here. It is allowed. Just like Swedes would be able to do so if they wish. There we go. Oh, does he hear the thermite? This is gonna get taken down? Yeah, one exothermic charge taken down. And they were just waiting to use those Alright, now I understand what's going on. He's waiting to put the battery right as the exothermic charge was being set in place. That's why you use the Thatcher in the beginning with his EMP bomb. But this means that one charge just removed from play. I mean, the 5.56 is a pretty good weapon, but still, an exothermic charge is a big part of the reason why you would be picking a thermite. Info just being gathered up here. Goga. Does he hear Shootex moving up behind him? Not sure just yet. Kairo shot's gonna be set in. Shootex, oh my god, there we go. He opens fire, and he's gonna get pre-fired. Nicely done for Goga. It's gonna take him out, maybe awaiting a second enemy. Secretly is sitting right behind that comfy little spot. Is gonna peek in, and Wesker, with the help of Goga, will be able to take him out. Drid chiming in, gonna get shot down. Here are Wesker, Lion, and Goga down and out. Barro's right behind, but he's starting to get a bit low HP. Blocked off here. And why Barro's not even turning to the side? And Reynolds will gain the final kill. To clean up the round. That was very sloppy in terms of the actual attack, and that gives EURONICS a 2-0. 2-0 lead. Not good at all, gBots.
Defenders, protect your bombs
Looking
from
too
being
good.
defused by attackers.
Not too sure. Maybe they were very shaken after their second map. ESG, though, I have to commend them. Other than obviously being ahead so far. The Blackbeard pick, which seems to be like something that you shouldn't be seeing anymore in 2017. It's just working. It's just great. Means that even, you know, come nerfs, come whatever you want,
Before insertion.
there are always ways to
5 seconds.
find a way in. You know, if you're just happy with that, I'm sure Pengu might just try and play a Blackbeard at some point.
Locate and defuse the bomb.
But it just shows that if you're good, you can pretty much use whatever you want. So 3-0 for Snookin, 2-2 for Goga. And a pretty good advantage for our Swedish lineup here at EURONICS. Sverige to front. I see Shurex on the Capitao. Using the attack crossbow, may push back any player that's there, destroy any equipment that might be in that spot.
A bomb has been located.
Panari on the Kairos, setting himself inside and right above, actually right below the objectives here that are set in the Consulate room. Nobody taking control of front door. Some of the teams would like to get in from here at the same time, maybe from the backside through the bathrooms. But Renu, again, making just nobody is expecting this Blackbeard at all. But somehow they're able to grab it. Another peek. Won't be able to get the kill here. The shield saving him. Extra taking damage. 3v3 as the smoke is set right on the objective, and they have a minute remaining. Secretly, though, taking down Drid. And the Capitao moving in from behind. Already first smoke bomb gonna be used. Gonna spray on a Shurex. Might just be trying to push in through here, taking some extra damage. And this is where you don't want to peek anymore. Leave the Valkyrie to do more of the killing. Getting shot from the side. As they opened up the second windows, gBots' lion is down. And he's lying on the floor. gBots in a very precarious position. Reynolds with one. And Reynolds with the second on the Blackbeard. This man is just on fire. He got nothing less than 3. You can count it as 4 kills, including the revive, but just on fire. This is starting to look a lot like our first map. Though our first map was completely dominated by gBots.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Not sure what the real problems are with gBots. Not sure if it's a team problem, you know, communication, etc. It just looks that whenever they try to make a play, they end up just eliminated. Very easily picked off one by one. They want to get aggressive, and this is something that we might see happen at the Invitational between... If we see games between EU and BR, where BR teams would just be hyper aggressive, but that won't really do much because they're gonna get picked off one by one, which is something I think maybe Pain Gaming, but to a better extent Dexterity, it's just much better at dealing with. Here, Really not the best spot to be in for the Spanish jugadores. Wesker going in for a claymore on the side. The buck here on Trid with the skeleton key, opening a bit of the side walls.
Bomb located by
Well,
attacker.
bomb will get located. Scanning out. Panati's been spotted. If you only knew. Imagine if everybody got wall hacks in here. Oh wait, we have
A bomb has been located.
Speaking of wall hacks, Pulse is moving around. Panati is able to get 2 kills on the castle before being eliminated. And that'll be a 3v3 situation just for now. Can the Jaeger and the Val? One set on top of the other. Each one holding a part of the entrances here into the actual secretary rooms, the hallways, the actual apartment rooms of our little consulate here, the French consulate. I don't know where this is modeled from. Actually, that would be pretty nice to know. Val now going down into the basement. You want that Val to just be running around with the aid of the Pulse to gain a kill or two. And that's why you see the Valkyrie so far away from the enemies, because you can definitely see a flank coming out from the Val after getting extra info by just the enemy pushing in, knowing their positions, any sort of enemy player that wants to flank wide. And there we go. Renu is going to get spotted out by the Thatcher. And if you could just spray him down, kill number 1 is going to go in for Renu. As he chucks in his C4 charge right on to the buck. Leaves the Capitao and the Thatcher alive. And this is the thing. They get roasted one by one here. Not much that can be done, and Shudex comes in for the cleanup. 2 down. None to go. Except for only 1 round that is required to gain victory. And just a potential clean sweep from ESG. Again, a best of 3, but the loser of this match will drop down to the loser bracket. Now, the loser of Penta v Pedux will be playing versus the loser of this match here between gBots and ESG. That will be streamed right on here afterwards. So keep that in mind. 4-0.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Camera in position.
Boss one set.
gBots have to fortify this. Now, this is why they're going for a Pulse plus a Valkyrie. But the thing is, the only person that needs to go out and seek a pick is the Valkyrie. The rest stay around the main flooring here, defend the objective itself. Don't forget about this. If you overextend in the hopes of catching 1 or 2 enemy players offside, you always end up going versus 2 or 3 at the same time, and then you just get shot down. Time and time again, it has happened to our Spanish team here, and it's looking like the Armada might not survive, at least in this first matchup here, for too long. Remember, that there is one more chance after this to keep in contention for the Invitational in Montreal, where only the best can go.
Drone ready to be deployed. Tossing flashbang.
It's going to be used in just to try and destroy the Jaeger's active defense, the APS, that's set in. Cardiac sensor
Deploying sensor.
gives more and more info here to the gBots. So this time, they're staying on the objective, and there we go. They leave the Valkyrie to lurk. This is much better in my mind. The Bandit lurking below, as well as the Val just trying to get some of that extra info. They spotted secretly ends Panati along the outside, and Drid is able to get the first kill, and that is a great pick onto the Capitão, and he falls back. This is what we want to see. He's all the
Bomb
way
located
below,
by attackers.
but definitely has teammates to help him out. He's going to move up onto the A objective. Just keep on scanning, and this is the kind of passive, picky play that we would like to see from gBots to gain the lead here. Secretly, however, able to get the kill onto Wesker, and Lion is lying on the floor secretly with another kill. There's just no stopping this Thatcher. Flags this out. Renu for another kill. That leaves him in a 4v2.
Attackers are activating the bomb diffuser.
Bomb diffuser is going to get sat down here. The Blackbeard watching yet again from the window. Batos, he wants to peek, but because of the reinforcement of the wall, he stays alive for just a sec, and he's the last man alive versus the 3. He wants to peek and maybe try and get a lucky headshot. That's not going to happen. This is going to get shot down. Well done, GG. That will be it. ESC will gain the win. 7-2 for Renu, 2-5 for Wesker, 2-5 for Batos. Not the best. Renu, I mean, we all say Blackbeard is dead, but you know what? Doesn't look like he's dead just yet. All right.